Henry, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Tom?
Good, good. You're looking good. No hat today.
Yeah. No hat. No hat.
Yeah, we are just gonna jump right into it today. We got a guest on our show that you know. We never played against him when you were at Salish Secondary.
Yeah.
He graduated high school in 2023 and then reclassed down in the States for a 2024 season, which we'll talk to him a little bit. So let's just get right into it and welcome Eesher Sarai to the show.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah, welcome. We appreciate your time and just to get to know you a little bit better. We see a lot of clips from you, but it's always nice to get to know the guy a little bit behind all that, which is the premise of the show, to get to know the athletes behind the clips.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of jump right into it. If you're ready to go, here we go. Three quick questions. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? And what high school did you attend?
So I was born in Burnaby, and I don't remember. I can't really recall much, but I was a baby. I was born in Burnaby, grew up in Surrey, and I played at Fluke Park Secondary School.
Okay. Most athletic players that we've interviewed on the show, they're growing up years, not the basketball years. They played a lot of different sports. Most notably, we've heard a lot of guys lately playing soccer. Did you have any other interests growing up before basketball became a thing?
So I played. So soccer was my first sport. I got put into hockey basically as soon as you could put skates on. That was kind of my mom's idea. It's kind of, Canadian thing. You go play
Yeah.
hockey. So that was kind of my thing. Grew up playing hockey. I was a goalie. I always loved Luongo and Schneider on the Canucks. So I kind of liked the idea of wearing a mask. I thought that was really cool. And then ended up playing hockey for a bit. Being a goalie was fun. I mean, like if that was my if I didn't end up getting introduced to basketball, I feel like I would have tried to pursue ice hockey post secondary. So that was kind of my passion. I played soccer for a little bit too. I enjoyed it, but hockey was a lot more fun for me for sure.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I assumed, like I said, a lot of guys just growing up when they're young with all their friends that they play soccer or baseball, something like that. But I didn't know that you played hockey and you were a goalie. My son's a goalie. He graduated
Mhm.
3 years before you, but he's an e-bug for the Vancouver Canucks. And
Oh wow.
so, did you play for Cloverdale Minor or did you play for somebody else?
Yeah, I played for Clover. I played for Surrey minor growing up. Like I think that was like H1, H2, those younger classifications. Then when it started getting to like Pee Wee Adam, I was in Cloverdale, just because we ended up moving, and it was a good time there. Made a lot of new friends that still keep in contact with to this day. So it was really nice.
Do you ever get a chance to put the skates back on?
I've gone on like public skates, but I never. I always have this image of me like when all said and done, stop dribbling the ball, I'll just join like an ice hockey men's league. 11 o'clock games. Go around and play with my boys. So we'll see if that ends up happening or not. But that's like an idealistic idea of what I want to do when I'm done playing basketball. Kind of go back to some hockey just for the fun of it.
Yeah, right on. Well, good for you. It's always cool to learn different things that you didn't know about, guys. So there you go.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, uh, Taking it back to your Fleetwood days at Fleetwood Park Secondary, what was the basketball culture like for you growing up in Surrey? And when did you realize, you had the length and drive to, really pursue basketball at a high level?
So I say that Fleetwood, like, there's definitely a basketball culture in that school. Like growing up, like I went there. Kid named Ravindell attended that school, and he was a year older than me, and he was kind of the talk of the school, especially when I first got there. I heard his name a lot, so just kind of hearing that, it's like like if you're a good basketball player at Fleetwood, like that's going to be the topic of discussion for like everyone. That's going to be the school gossip kind of thing. So him being there kind of put like the idea out to me of being a basketball player, and then like I wouldn't say that really. I just like heard about it a lot, and I'm like, okay, like you're a really good ice hockey player, you're a really good soccer player. Like people really don't talk about that like that at Fleetwood. So I was that kind of sparked some interest, and then like going into like grade 8, I tried out for the team, made the team, started playing, and then I didn't really take it too serious. I was still playing ice hockey. I was still trying to pursue that as far as I could. And then when it got to like COVID, when COVID hit, I kind of like shot up in growth. I was still tall for my age in like grade 8, 9, but I really sprouted grade 10ish, and then I kind of realized like okay, I was like dunking at 13 or whatever in games and stuff like that. I'm like, I should probably start playing basketball, put the skates down, and we'll like, and it was a lot more fun to me. There's like, I had more passion towards basketball than I did with ice hockey, and that was like very like evident to me. So it was a thing for me for sure.
It's one of the things we don't ask, right? We've asked a lot of guys like how tall they are, but you're not just tall. Like you've got a good wingspan on you as well, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what the genetics were. My parents are like, my dad's 6'1". I mean, he says he's 6'1". You know what that means? He's probably like
6 feet, 5'11".
But then my mom's like 5'6", which is, I mean, it's tall for a South Asian woman, but not incredibly tall. You wouldn't expect me to like be the product of those two. But I guess, I got lucky. I hit the genetic lottery a bit, got a long wingspan, which is important for basketball, and I'm tall.
So no one else in your family's got your height.
My great grandpa was like 6'5". He was a long jumper in India, and that's kind of like that's what everyone tells me. Oh, he's like, you look like him. You were the same like frame as him. So That's where I think I got it, I guess.
How tall are you today?
6'9". I mean, that's what I'm listed at, so I go with that. But
yeah, because you graduated high school at
probably shoes on 6'9". Yeah.
You graduated at like 6'8" or so, didn't you? Grew a little bit.
6'8", 6'7". I graduated around then, and I grew like an inch or two in that post grad year going into college.
Yeah. No, I did the same. I grew a little bit out of high school. What's your wingspan?
It's about 7'1" measured in, so
that's crazy.
Definitely comes in handy.
Yeah. So you've been out of school for a couple of years. Your team in high school did quite well. Do you keep in touch with any of those guys still?
Yeah, for sure. I'm always at Fleetwood in my off season. Like during the summer, I'm always training at that gym, kind of getting to know the kids that are still attending that school, playing against them, training with them, and then like I'll obviously do my own stuff on the side. But like when I'm there, I'm kind of keeping in contact with the youth at that school, and then I'm always tuned in like during provincials around the playoffs time when that February, January time hits. I'm like, I'll hit up the coaches and see how things are looking and stuff like that. I kind of get the inside of what's going on because I'm proud to be a Fleetwood alumni and I kind of want to know what's going on there just because like they've kind of brought me up from what I was and they've made a great environment and culture to play in. So I want to make sure they know that I'm still invested in them and I still appreciate what they gave me.
Well, and you can give some different insight to, the next level, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coaches can talk the talk, but you're walking the walk as well. So good for you. So what was your journey like once high school finished? Like once that last game, the final buzzer went, did you already have that prep plan or did that come before or after?
I wanted to go to prep school. I knew that for a fact. And then I knew for me, I wanted to play Division I basketball out of high school. Ideally, it didn't end up working out that way, but I knew I would need a prep year at least before I did that just because of the way the transfer portal was nowadays, a lot older players playing in NCAA. So I knew I would need that extra year at the very minimum. So I knew as soon as I knew to start the grade 12 year that I was going to go prep. At which school, I didn't know exactly. I had a couple of AAU games and sessions is kind of where I got my looks from those schools where I could really play out there that I'm able to play down south and, hang with those guys. So that was kind of what put me out there more because they're not too interested in those Fleetwood high school games or those Canadian high school games as much as I hate to say it. They want to know that you can play with the boys down there. So that's what really got me there. So
when did that final, I guess, when did that conversation come to go to your prep school and make that accept the offer?
I don't remember exact date, but I want to say around May to April-ish is when I committed, got all my stuff figured out and, accepted that offer to go down there. There's a couple places I was talking to and thinking about, but I ended up choosing Balboa down in Florida. So that was where I ended up going. They play in the grind session and they're I played against some of the top players in the States going there. So it was quite fun.
Yeah.
So speaking of prep, what exactly does that mean? So speaking to somebody that, to people that might watch this podcast that are interested, whether in BC or wherever that they're listening to this, from your perspective, what does prep mean? And are you a full-time student or is it mainly basketball and training?
It kind of depends on what the school you go to is. Some schools are strictly post-grad schools that are I want to say it's basically just like being on an AAU team, but for the full school year, where you're just traveling to certain events, playing in front of coaches, getting your film out, and you're basically a full-time basketball player. You kind of get the experience of being a pro. Some other schools, let's say you're a guy that didn't have the best grades, you're able to go to some of these schools and be a part-time student and kind of get those grades to replace your, like not replace your transcripts, but you're able to get those grades to help make up for some worse grades to improve your GPA. So it kind of depends on the institution you go to. The one I went to, I was not in school, so that's kind of went for me. I got to work out during the days, and then we had team practice. I went to lift, and then we played our games later on the weekends. And I kind of got that nice experience of just like only being able to focus on basketball and really helping that elevate my game.
So is that like, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, Monday to Friday kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Basically, like you have 2 hours of practice, you hit the weight room, that's an hour, and then you shoot and then you work out on your own. That's like, it gets up to like 5 hours a day, I'd say. Don't want to go too hard where you end up going backwards, but it's a lot of work for sure. You definitely, if you want to go be a Canadian player playing down south, you got to put the work in for sure.
Absolutely. So you were saying that these opportunities came from you playing more AAU club stuff, but when you went to some events, did you seek out those coaches? Did they come to you? Or was it your AAU coach that kind of got you directed to these guys?
It was
because everybody right now thinks it's, you just play and you'll get an offer. But it's never that easy. You still have to put the work in, right?
100%. Yeah, it's a mix of everything. Like you got to have a coach that's kind of looking for opportunities for you, that knows a guy maybe, and that's not going to do it all for you though. Just because he knows someone, it doesn't mean you'll be able to play there. You got to play, get your film out, or either if he's watching or you send them your film, and if they like how you're playing, there's stuff like that, and that's one way to go about it. You can go down south and there's a coach that you don't even know is there that's watching you play, and he hits you up after the game saying, "Hey, we'd love to have you at this prep school institution. We think we'd be a great fit for you." There's certain numerous different ways that things can happen. There's no one definitive that you need to pursue this. There's no guarantee it's going to happen a certain way. There's multiple different ways to kind of get that prep school route going.
So, there must have been obviously a big difference that you noticed as soon as you touched grounds there. So, between prep and high school, what would you say the biggest immediate difference is that you noticed?
I mean, prep's it's damn near everyone's a college level player. You're not obviously playing college players yet, but these are college ready prospects, people with high ceilings, people that are already ready. They have the size, they have the strength, all that stuff. They have the basketball ability. So you're kind of going from I'm talking from a perspective of a Canadian player. You go from playing 3A high school basketball, or maybe 1 out of 5 games you're playing someone that's going to go play U Sports, in comparison to where you're going to practice with your teammates that are maybe 2 or 3 guys are Division I players. The rest are either between JUCO or D2, and you have to fight every single day to just play, not even just to get there, just to play, just to be on the court, just to survive, because you don't want to go there and you're not even getting practice reps. That's how people end up quitting. They don't end up staying in the spots. They don't enjoy themselves. So you got to fight every day just to play and practice, just to, get those kind of things. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, especially in prep, the prep school world down south. A lot of these players are hungry. They're ready to go. There's people don't play about these offers. They want to get them, and you have to fight for them. So
what's the big, yes, they're all uber talented and they're ready to go to the next level. But you as a Canadian going down there and now practicing and being integrated with these guys, what is it? Is it they're just all hungry and they're way more physical? Is it they're all faster? They all just compete at a different level that you were used to or you expected it?
It's just an adjustment from a skill standpoint, and the level of players you're playing against. For me, I vividly remember my first open gym. It was the first thing we did. We just threw the ball out and we started playing, and I was the relentless ability that some of these guys played with was shocking to me, and just the way they play the game. You see so many different plays out, so many ways different people get buckets, they get rebounds, the way they block shots, those kind of things. When you don't see that kind of stuff before, when you play in your Canadian games and you see them firsthand, it's like a shock, a literal feeling in your body where you're just wow, these players are good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of overcoming that feeling where because you come in there and you know you don't have that quite yet, but then you have to kind of gain that, then realize that you belong there. That's kind of the adjustment you got to make. You're gonna feel that feeling of maybe you don't belong here, maybe you're not ready, maybe you don't know why you're here yet. But then once you work towards it and get ready, that's when that's when you'll start to feel like you belong. And that's kind of the biggest jump, I think, when you kind of you see that talent, you see that athletic ability, and then you kind of work towards adjusting to it and playing through it, and then that's the biggest adjustment to me.
Okay, so then that was a big adjustment. Then how about going from prep to your university? Not where you are now, where you were last year.
I was at a junior college in Iowa, and that's kind of a prep school part two when you play junior college, because these are all people fighting for 4-year university offers. They're trying to go Division II, they're trying to go NAIA, they're trying to go D1. So you have to play in an environment of people that are worrying about their stats every single day, their film, everything. And a lot of these JUCO teams don't have a team aspect. I was lucky to have a very great group of guys that were all playing for each other, all for one for all type mentality. So, but it was from an actual skill standpoint of me going to that first day and having to adjust. It was damn near the same thing as me going from a Canadian high school to an American prep school. It's that adjustment of how good these guys are, how you're playing with older players now, and people I think the average age of my JUCO team was 20 years old, and I was 18. So I was playing with guys 2 years older than me. That was a big adjustment. People that are a lot smarter than me when it comes to the game, they see the floor different. They're able to play with more patience, and I'm out there rushing. I'm off balance. Those kind of things. That was a lot more of an adjustment. I think it was a poise that came with a college basketball player that I didn't have when I was going in.
Right on. Okay. Before Henry asks this question, I'm going to ask you, because you're 6'9", you're not 7 feet. You're not 6. What position are you actually playing these days?
Yeah, so I'm playing the 4. At my last school, I played the 4. That was a little bit more positionless than here. I'm also playing a bit of a 4 and 5. I definitely have a lot of I have a good post game. I have a good all around game when I feel that way about myself when I'm out there. So it allows me to play multiple positions. So at my last school, I played the 4 and the 5. I was able to play outside in the perimeter, play as a wing, and I was able to go inside, post up on mismatches and all that kind of stuff. I rebound the ball pretty well. I block shots. So that's kind of how things go. I usually end up playing multiple positions. And then, things are slowly getting more figured out as we go here at my new school. And I'm sure it'll be a more solidified, solid role as I get into October. I'll know exactly what I am.
Okay.
So you taking this prep school and junior college route, playing at Ellsworth Community College in Iowa. What was the biggest culture shock moving from BC to Iowa Falls? And how did you, basically grind it out and shape your work ethic?
Yes, anyone else that played JUCO, they all know that when you go to a junior college, there's 9 out of 10 times you go in the middle of nowhere. You're going to a small town that might not even have a Walmart. So I was lucky enough to at least have a Walmart, but I didn't have I only had a couple of fast food restaurants. I had a McDonald's, a Dairy Queen, and a Subway. And then so that was that kind of gives you an idea. I don't know what the population was exactly, but you get around town in 5 minutes in a drive. At max, there's no traffic ever. It's a small town. So I think it helps a lot of people because you don't have any distractions. You don't have anything else to worry about. There's nothing that's going to draw you away from you and the basketball. You're just going to get your studies done. You get your grades, and you put your work in your free time. That's all you can do. You hang out with your teammates. You get a good close bond with them. But there's almost too much free time when you're at junior college because of that, because there's nothing else to do. So I felt like I was able to elevate my game throughout the season when a lot of other people, when they're in their seasons, they kind of find themselves plateauing a little, staying the same. When I could confidently say throughout my second season that I got so much better throughout it just because I had so much time to work on my game, and I took advantage of that every single day.
You put a lot of defensive numbers up, and ranking second in the conference in blocks and earning all defensive team honors. How do you use that wingspan of yours, 7'1", to be able to anchor a defense, and what's your mentality protecting the rim?
I think I feel like just from this we had a lot of practices at Fleetwood specifically where we were working on rotations defensively, and like we drilled it so hard into me that like everywhere I go, I'm kind of just like I feel like I need to be a help defender. I need to go block shots. And it's not necessarily I don't think about myself as like, oh, I have a long wingspan, I need to block shots. I just feel like I need to go and protect the rim, and whatever happens, happens. If I'm walling up, but then I feel like I can block shot, I'll block it. But I think it's just like an effort thing for me. I don't ever consciously think I need to use my wingspan. I just kind of go out there and play, and I happen to block shots. I guess is what it is. It's kind of. I don't think that's the most like orthodox thinking that a basketball player usually has, but that's just how it goes for me. I just end up blocking more shots than the usual, and I think getting a lot of defensive rebounds that helps you get that defensive all conference. You rebound the ball and you block shots. That's just how it goes. You become an all conference defender. That's a good way to get it.
So what parts of your game would you say, whether it's your perimeter shooting or interior defense or high post passing, are you working hardest on transitioning to the Division One pace?
For me, it's been I think just physicality as a just as is kind of going like it, and I feel like I have adjusted to it now a lot better than that since I first got here for training camp. I think just a lot of being able to block out guys, being able to catch the ball and not get bumped off the spot, and be able to like perform my moves and execute them as I want to, kind of stay calm when I'm in those moments. So that's been a big adjustment. Something I've been working on. I've been working on like truly just staying calm in the moment when I get the ball. I need to like, or whether it's in the post, I take my time. If I get the ball in the perimeter, I need to make like a quick decision, but the right decision as well. So I think it's just decision making when I do actually get the ball, and then when I don't have the ball, I need to worry about how I'll help my team without it, and whether it's screening someone, rolling hard, or spacing the floor the correct way. That's my focus of when I don't have the ball, what am I supposed to do? What's the next thing I need to do? And kind of keep going from there.
You know, you made history being the first Canadian Turban Sikh to commit to NCAA Division One. You know, basketball at Winthrop. What does that milestone like mean to you personally and for the kids, the Punjabi kids, and the whole community that look up to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means the world to me. So, like, I try not to get too like pat myself on the shoulder about it, just because as soon as you get satisfied with yourself, as soon as you get happy, that's kind of when you kind of stop. So I've been kind of worried about now, like it only matters if I actually can get on the floor, play, and like actually do something and impact winning out here. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried to worry about it too, or like think about it too much. Like I'm happy for myself. I'm happy I did it for the community, and that'll never change. But I need to like I just flip my like thinking into the next best thing I got to do. So right now I'm just thinking about, okay, I got to get on the floor here. I got to find my ways to what I do here, what they brought me here for. I need to make sure I'm doing that, and that's kind of my mentality going in now. So yeah, that's kind of how it's been.
You know, Surrey has a massive basketball scene now. Like I see, it seems like it's always growing. Like every high school season. How does it feel seeing the community react to your journey, especially now that people recognize your dad as Eesher's dad around town?
Yeah, I mean, it's a judgment for my dad. He's a politician. Usually I go around walking with him, and like he's always getting stopped by people, like, talking to him. So kind of him adjusting now. He goes down more, and people are always congratulating him about my accomplishment, going to Division One, going to play, and kind of him getting that. I know for him, he says it's a good feeling. So I'm glad I was able to do it for him, make him proud. And I mean, that's kind of a hard thing to live up to when your dad's already a big name in Surrey. I won't say a big name, but he's a politician. He has like as his son, I have something to live up to. He's always told me I gotta be better than him. So I'm not, this doesn't definitely, in my opinion, doesn't put me above him in any way in what he's done, but there's a lot of work to do. And I'm glad I'm able to I feel that I'm accomplishing something, and I'm working towards something, and I'm just gonna keep going here.
Yeah, good for you. Back to you in your school. Like, what do you take in school? Like, what's your focus?
I'm in business finance here, so I believe Winthrop's one of the better schools in business in the South. So that's definitely one of the reasons I took it here. And I think if I don't have any plans to play pro, I'm kind of deciding on that as I go with my basketball career. But whether I'm done my pro career or if I don't go pro, then I know I'll fall back on that, kind of get a job in finance and go from there.
Wow, what I'm learning with the Bandits and talking with the different guys, there's so many pro leagues around the world. It's insane.
Yeah, there is.
And guys
100%.
guys bounce around, so there's always seems to be opportunities for guys that got the drive and the skill. Um, just because I'm not 100% sure, so I apologize for asking. Where is Winthrop?
It's in Rock Hill, South Carolina, about like 30 minutes out of Charlotte.
Oh, South Carolina. Yeah, it's nice down there. Um,
Yeah.
what do you do away from basketball?
So, I mean, when I'm down here in the States, I like to golf because, sunny weather out here, I'll golf. I'm not very good at all. Like, take that with a grain of salt, but I like to go out there for fun, for the social aspect, go hit the balls out with my friends. And I'd say down in Vancouver, I love to snowboard when it's like the winter season. I haven't been back too often just because I'm like, in season usually. But I love to snowboard. I'm a little better than that at my golfing, but it's a lot of fun for me. So those are two things I like doing off the court. And then I like to play board games like Monopoly, Catan. I'll do that. I got all my teammates hooked to that last year at my old school. So, we'll see what I do this year. Kind of find my guys, end up playing some board games. That's what I like to do.
So this is a big question right now. So if you could take all the USA basketball knowledge you've gained and give advice to your grade 8 to 10 self, what would you tell yourself?
Great. The thing about that is like I don't even know exactly what I'd say. I kind of love the journey that I've been on so much that I wouldn't try to change it. I wouldn't change it as much as I wanted to go Division I out of high school. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to give myself advice about like what I got prepared for. I got to get in the weight room quicker, and I got to get stronger. Those are important things, and I got to work harder. That's what I would tell myself as a younger kid. How much hours I need to put in as a basketball player. But I think like my journey and how I went, having to go to a junior college, struggle the first year, and then prove myself the second year, and then go Division I. The way it ended up happening, I love it so much that I wouldn't change that in any way. So, but that's the advice I give myself if I was younger. Get in the weight room, put more work in. I feel like the answer that any Canadian kid would need to know, because in the States there's a culture for getting in the weight room and working hard in sports. Kind of in Canada, it's like go out there, have fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's like it kind of tends to lead to kids of like being a little more content in what they end up doing. Obviously, I still have a lot more fun playing. I have a lot of fun playing basketball, but for what I wanted to accomplish, you got to work hard. You got to get in the weight room. Sometimes it won't feel as fun in the process. Sometimes, but I had a lot of fun through it. So it kind of depends on the person.
All right, man. That's it for our questions. So we got our last segment of the show. It's the quick hitters. We got eight ones for you, and then we're done. And we appreciate your time. So if you're ready, we'll shoot these out at you.
Sounds good.
Okay. Favorite pregame meal?
The night before, I gotta go with some pasta. That's my favorite.
What type of movies do you enjoy?
I've been watching the mob movies lately, so Scarface, Godfather, Goodfellas, all that stuff. That's my genre.
Old school. What's the top song on your playlist?
Top song on my playlist. It's gotta be Drake, I think. Anything Iceman as of recent. That's been my jam.
You might not know the number to this, but most dunks you've had in a single game.
I want to say 8, somewhere in high school. I probably had 8. Yeah.
Favorite superhero?
Batman for sure. Or Iron Man. I'll go with Iron Man. I love the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, I'm an Iron Man. I like Iron Man as well. Other than LEC or Fleetwood's home gym, what's your favorite place that you've ever played?
My favorite place I played at, I think, that's a good one. Yeah, it's not much of a quick hitter. I can't think of this right now. I played at Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas. That's kind of like the top high school in Vegas. That was just a cool place to play at because I've seen like every single 5-star in the past 10 years. Everyone I've watched on YouTube as a kid play in that gym. So when I finally played in it, I was like, okay, I'm here. Like I'm finally made it. So I'd say Bishop Gorman in Nevada.
Okay. Best basketball shoe brand for you?
Nike. Yeah, I got to go either Nike or Adidas. We'll say Adidas.
Okay. Last question. Who's the GOAT? Jordan, LeBron, or someone else?
Jordan. I'm a Jordan guy till I die.
Jordan guy. I like this guy.
Yeah.
We've had a few KDs. We've had some Currys, bunch of Jordans, bunch of LeBrons.
Yeah. I mean, that's his generation. I wouldn't agree with Curry or KD, but LeBron definitely got his case. But
yeah.
I'm a Jordan guy.
Right on. Okay, well, man, that's it. We really appreciate your time, and look forward to continually to hear about your journey and where you end up, and congrats to where you are, and thanks again for joining us.
100%. Yeah, thank you for having me. Had a great time, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, okay, thanks, guys.
Eesher.